Why don't we start by having the 4 junior fair members walk up front here. And what I'm going to ask them to do is tell you all how many years they've been in 4-H, and then what projects they have this year. So why don't you get in a row here, and we'll start. And Lily, why don't you kick it off?
Okay, so my name's Lily Bickett, and I've been in 4-H for 9 years, and I show lambs, goats, rabbits, and I have a market goose this year. Those are fun. Those are exciting.
I'm Peyton Mullet. I've been in 4-H for 9 years, and I have a market steer, a dairy feeder, and a hog.
I'm Abby Stoll, and I show beef cattle. This year I have a market steer, a breeding heifer, and a beef feeder calf.
I'm Ty Clark. I've been in 4-H for 9 years, I think. Can't really remember. It's all run together because it's so much fun. I only have still projects this year, but in the past I've shown dairy and showed my dog.
You know, what I like about this is, we just picked 4 random kids, and the diversity of projects that these kids have is unbelievable. The other thing I like is they have multiple projects. So it's not like they just get by with one project. They have to work very hard. The other thing is, when I was coming in this morning, I know Abby is a very hard worker, and I know she really wants her steer to do well. So I asked her, I said, Abby, what time did you get up? Did you wash your steer this morning? And she said she got up at 4:30 this morning. So that's the values that I value about 4-H. For someone to get up at 4:30 in the morning, wash their steer, feed their steer, and be here because they want this project to succeed, just speaks mountains. And that's what the values of this county is about. 4-H and agriculture, I think, is at the core of our county, and the hard work ethic. And I can say that as an employer also at Seaman Corporation, that we see when we have kids that come from the farm or have ag projects, they just, they're hardworking, they're punctual, and this is why we do this. But that's why I signed up for this program also. But thank you very much for everybody giving around chair, along with Harley Gerber for a capital campaign of adding 2 significant structures to our county fairgrounds. At first, I was reluctant to step up. But once I learned of the significant impact that it would have for the 4-H program in Wayne County and provide a needed event and conference space for year-round activities, I was all in. Now, as far as this campaign, I think I've mentioned already this morning, we're at about $1.2 million. Actually, we surpassed $1.2 million on a goal of 1.8. Now, I'm happy to announce here this morning that a recent pledge of $100,000 from Farmers National Bank for this project. Their support of this project is much appreciated. I want to personally thank Kevin Helmick and Jim Smale for their support of the Wayne County Fair. They're all in for the youth. They understand this project. And it was really good to meet with both of them. I remember Jim coming into the office and he says, this is really good for Wayne County. And he quickly said, now go sell Kevin. So Kevin called me and he was all in also. So I just want to say thank you to Farmers National Bank for their support. And we have many other significant gifts, and those will also be recognized in due time. I don't want to go through the list, but again, thank you because this was the most recent gift and it means a lot.
Wayne County has always enjoyed plenty of community support in goodwill, volunteers, and financial support for the young people each year in the Junior Fair auctions. At 169 years of age, the Wayne County Fair is still a child of sorts. It continues to grow and change shape each year through the guidance and watchful eye of its fair board. Our journey for this project started over 30 years ago as our Junior Fair continued to expand and Junior Fair committees along with Fair Board help began a series of cutbacks and the nightmare of pen assignments and show ring schedules that continues to this day. At first, the cuts were subtle, limiting each exhibitor to 1 animal per species. Next, the luxury of 1 animal per pen had to go. As a building fills, the extra animals overflow into the next, nearest barn, causing them to squeeze. This has been going on for years. Show days for several committees were peaking out at 18 hours, leading to the decision to split shows, adding to the chaos of an already full show ring schedule. For over half the fair, this is 20 hours a day. The board continued to purchase portable metal pens and remodeling barns to create more space till we ran out of barns. Borrowing pens from Holmes and Lorain counties for the past 20 years, and tents for livestock for half that time. Fair auctions were also split and adding a second day. However, because the Fair Board has remained against any further 4-H shows on Sunday, an already 20-hour day schedule, this leaves no flex time for auctions and the business community who supports them, ending Wednesday evening around midnight. For all involved, this needs to change. And finally, our families have felt the pinch as well. With lack of seating for our shows, standing or peering in from the outside to get a glimpse of their child, grandchild, brother or sister or friend. As we stated earlier, we have much to be thankful for in Wayne County. Generous community support. Over 400 volunteer advisors, 1,500 4-H and FFA members, and a total junior fair livestock projects of 2,400 to 2,700 yearly, and total junior fair projects topping at 4,000. To much who has been given, much is expected. The spring of 2015, a vision and a plan.
We have a tremendous 4-H program. We have a rich history here. 4-H started in Ohio in 1902 in Clark County with A.B. Graham, but it's grown, and we have 6 million youth across the United States that are active in 4-H today. We are consistently one of the largest 4-H programs in the United States. 4-H has also expanded to about 45 countries around the world now as well. But here at Wayne County, we have a great program. Like Jeff mentioned earlier, 400 volunteers. Those are active year-round background check folks that work with our kids on an active basis. We also have about 300 additional short-term volunteers that help out with specific events, just kind of for, it also goes into things like we have robotics and computer science and woodworking, just about any type of STEM-related project you can think of. There's a lot available. And so I don't want it to keep it too long. I did have just a quick reading. 4-H parent shared with me here, and it just said, one of my friends asked, why do you pay so much money for your kids to show lambs? She said, well, I have a confession to make. I don't pay for my kids to show lambs. So if I'm not paying for them to show, what am I paying for? I pay for those moments when my kids become so tired they want to quit but don't. I pay for those days when my kids come home from school and are too tired to go to the barn but go anyway. I pay for my kids to learn to be disciplined. I pay for my kids to learn to take care of their body. I pay for my kids to learn to work with others and to be good teammates. I pay for my kids to learn to deal with disappointment when they don't win what they'd hoped for, but still have to work hard in the grading. I pay for my kids to learn to make and accomplish goals. I pay for my kids to learn that it takes hours and hours and hours of hard work and practice to create a champion, and that success does not happen overnight. I pay for the opportunity my kids have and will have to make lifelong friendships. I pay so that my kids can be in the ring instead of in front of a screen. And I could go on and on, she said, but to be short, I don't pay for show lambs. I pay for the opportunities that showing lambs provides my kids with to develop attributes that will serve them well throughout their lives and give them the opportunity to bless the lives of others. From what I have seen so far, there is no greater investment out there. And so I just think that while that was focused on showing lambs, it certainly could apply to any of the livestock or other 4-H projects that